What's good, YouTube? FAIRDALE Kings coming at you again with another EA Sports College Football 25 video. Tonight, we have number 6 Ole Miss taking on number 8 Oregon. Going to have an exciting matchup tonight. We're going to have number 6 Ole Miss, the Rebels, taking on the number 8 Oregon Ducks. This game should be played in a neutral field, neutral site, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Great way to kick off the season. Not going to be any home field advantage, so both these guys love to audible, love to sit there and try to make changes at the line of scrimmage, run a fast tempo game. Should work out beautiful for both of them. Don't have to worry about squiggly lines and all that stuff. So we're going to be getting it here soon. A little bit surprised with the computer's preseason rankings. You see that Ole Miss is number 8, Oregon number 6. Ole Miss played in the national championship game last year. Now, we know that their roster is not as strong as it was last year. They're going to be breaking in a new quarterback in Walker Howard. They do return, though, the favorite target, Antoine Wells. Route runner, has the great ability, press pro, which allows him to get off of press coverage and just shake loose, run free. Combine that with the fact that that's a platinum ability. And then he also has gold sure hands. Baller. He's going to give Oregon fits. Oregon's going to have their hands full trying to guard and defend him. On the flip side, though, the Oregon Ducks, buddy, they've got a left tackle that's a 99 overall, Josh Connerly. And then you combine that, they got a DT that's a 92 overall. Running back Jordan James returns. I just don't know how many carries he's going to get. The Ducks did bring in, though, Nico Yamalieva, the transfer, highly touted transfer from Tennessee. Tennessee never used that kid to his abilities. He's going to be joining the Ducks program. We'll see what happens this year in that new role. Actually, where he has a legit coach calling plays. Last year, Nico playing under Tennessee was 148 completions on 253 attempts, completed 58% of his passes for only 7.6 yards an attempt. He threw 17 touchdowns but 28 interceptions last year playing for the Volunteers. 1,925 passing yards. I'm going to venture to guess he could maybe go for 1,900 yards in 2 games playing under this Oregon system. Don't know. Kickoff should be coming soon, though. We're at about the 2.5, 3 minute mark. Ready to get it, man. Let's go. We've already had in week 1, quick rundown of some scores. Check the scoreboard here real quick. Let me see what kind of action we've had. Looking at the scoreboard. Well, it might be quicker if I just flip over here and do this way. Let's see. Look at the members. Last night we had a thriller down in Tallahassee. The Alabama Crimson Tide were down 14-0 at halftime. 2 interceptions, back-breaking interceptions in the third quarter changed the whole momentum and complexion of that game. Alabama kicks a field goal as time expires to escape with a 17-14 victory. Many pundits have Alabama picked to be the national champion this year. They have the best team in this league. Be interesting to see how that shakes out. Last night, Penn State steamrolled Nevada 71-21. Notre Dame cruises in the second half, holds on, beats Louisville 56-34. I heard the Irish were in a dogfight, but they hit that switch, came out, realized it's time to ball. The Ohio State Buckeyes won earlier today, 35-7. Breaking in a couple freshman running back and freshman wide receiver leading the team. Of course, Jeremiah Smith went bonkers again, had 3 receiving touchdowns. Tennessee played an early game, 7 a.m. kickoff. Probably the players weren't ready, coach, just being honest, but they lost 35-28 in a nail-biter. Couldn't get a conversion late in that game. And we also had I'm not going to say a head scratch. I'm not going to say a shock. But Marshall did beat Georgia last night, 30-28. Heard there was a little bit too much drinking going on. And they may have overlooked their opponent, which led to a team that was unprepared and is really, I hate to say it, it's becoming a little bit of a recurring theme with that Georgia group. There's too many distractions going on in that program. Between a coach that has to deal with players drinking and getting pulled over and arrested. There's a little bit of an academic scandal going on. We know they got a drug testing problem down there. They're failing piss tests left and right. I've got to cover that up. I can't have that up on the screen. Let me see. Got to cut that out. We're back up here. But yeah, I mean, there's some questionable moments down there. I mean, I don't know how long Coach Warren's going to hang on. He said he's seen the light. How many losses he take last year that should have been Should have taught him some lessons. But young coach, youthful coach, actually made a comment that came back and bit him last night after the game in a press conference. He made a comment yesterday to the media. Was like, hey, how many of y'all got some poo-tang today? Well, instead of out there getting some poo-tang, coach, and raising your hand, you should have been out there studying some more game playing, getting ready to ball. Got to get your priorities straight, coach. But Georgia takes another loss. This game we're focused on right now, this is the highlight of week one. These two right here are probably the co-favorites to win the championship. And even if one of them does take a loss, it's not going to affect your ability to get to the playoffs. It's not going to affect your ability to win the conference championship. It's not going to prevent you from maybe even getting a number one seed. I mean, last year, Ohio State lost in the middle of the season, won a conference championship, and we're still the number one overall seed. These are the games that you want your players to get ready for, prepared for, get you ready for the postseason. To be the best, you got to beat the best. Remember that. Can't run. Can't sit there and hide. You want to be the best, you've got to play the best competition. And these two right here are going to go head-to-head and prove early which one should be the overwhelming favorite to win the national championship. You combine Ole Miss, Oregon, and that Alabama squad, any one of those three could be right there playing for a natty. Looking for some updates, seeing if we're ready to go. Thought we were supposed to kick off at 7. We're a little bit past that time. Hopefully we can get this game kicked off soon. Got a message. I'll be on in like 5 minutes, okay? Wow. Up there on the screen, you see USC squeak by and beat Georgia Southern by 2. I know that SC is bringing in a new quarterback this year. A lot of youth. You looking at the screen right now, Oregon, 87 overall with 87 offense and 87 defensive rating. Ole Miss, 85, 85, 85. Jump in real quick. I'm looking at the rosters also on my console. Like I alluded to earlier, if you're just joining us, Antoine Wells does return for Ole Miss, 93 overall route runner with Platinum Press Pro. You won't be able to jam that man. He's going to get off any kind of pressure at the line of scrimmage, and we'll get a free release. So you got to be aware of that. Also has sure hand ability. Quarterback Walker Howard was on the bench last year. Now his turn to shine after sitting behind Jackson Dart all year. Sophomore red shirt. They will be breaking in a new tight end who had a limited role last year. We do know from scouting Ole Miss and playing them in the national championship that they do like to go to the tight end, but this is not the same kid they had last year. This is Daquan Wright. Only has 79 speed. So he's not as athletic as last year's tight end. They've got Caden Lee at wide receiver with 93 speed. Running back's going to be interesting. Running back's going to be interesting for Ole Miss. Not a lot of great speed. In fact, probably the fastest player they have on the roster is redshirted. Only a 66 overall. So they're going to have to roll with 3 elusive backs. Rashad Amos, Dominique Thomas, and Logan Diggs. But, man, you're looking at 86, 87, and 87 speed. Not dynamic playmakers back there in the backfield for Ole Miss. At wide receiver, I alluded to this early. They bring back Antoine Wells, superior route runner, 93 overall, 88 speed. But they do have Jaden McGowan, 95 speed, 95 acceleration. He's a slot. He's probably going to be the outside receiver, while Wells is a slot receiver a lot in that gun close look that they love to run a lot. On the flip side, the Oregon Ducks have a little bit more speed on the outside. They've got a 6'5" receiver in Tobias Merriweather, 93 speed. They've also got a sophomore, Jeremiah McClellan, 93 speed with 94 acceleration, 99 change of direction. So luckily he doesn't have any abilities. If he had joystick, good googly moogly. I did tell you that Jordan James returns as the starting running back at Oregon, 91 overall, 91 speed, 95 acceleration, 97 carry, sidestep, takeoff, 360 ability. Last year, James, touchdown machine. Didn't get a bunch of carries, only had 57 carries for 224 yards, but he had 10 touchdowns. So 1 out of 5 times he touched the ball, he was taken to the house. But James did have 55 catches for 687 yards and 6 touchdowns. So this kid had 16 touchdowns last year combined, both rushing and receiving. Defense, both these teams have some goons on defense, that's for sure. We'll see how that takes effect in this game. I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot of double mug between these two. They play a little bit more coverage. They'll mix in some man-to-man. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made to counteract the other. They did play one game previously in season 1 initially before we prematurely ended that dynasty once the patch was released. So we have seen them head-to-head one time. Blowout early, but at that time, LSU and Lil B rallied to make the game at least competitive. But now we got to change the scenery. You know, he's at a new school. Both teams have had an offseason to recruit, put some of their own touch on this program. We'll see what that translates to, though, in this early season matchup. Evidently, Ole Miss's team bus has got lost on the way to Allegiant Stadium. I think they're caught in a little bit of traffic on the strip. Probably Coach Warren was in tow and they stopped at the casino on the way to game. I'm not sure. Would not put it past that collection, though. I know that Ole Miss will be focused, though. They came prepared last year and had a 14-point lead in the national championship game before seeing that lead evaporate right before halftime and losing in a heartbreaker 38-35 to the Ohio State Buckeyes. But they left it all on the line. Probably feel like they should have won that national championship and gave it away. And most people probably agree with that. Oregon also probably has that same sentiment. They had Ohio State on the ropes and gave them a chance, didn't put their foot on their neck. In fact, I think that's kind of what happened was he was trying to put the foot on my neck and threw a late pick trying to run up the score and gave a crack in the door, and Ohio State took advantage. So both these guys felt last year that they were the overwhelming favorites. Oregon crumbled down the stretch, losing after they lost to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. Then turned around and laid an egg in the quarterfinals of the playoff, losing to Notre Dame. So this will be our first time after seeing Oregon with back-to-back defeats. New team, new season. Maybe a new identity on offense. Ole Miss, bunch of new players. I mean, it's not the same Ole Miss team from last year, but they still have a great coach on the sideline. One that pretty damn aggressive, to say the least, has no fear in going for it on fourth down, backed up in his own end. Sometimes it's those decisions, though, that comes back and haunts him in these tight games versus some more seasoned coaches. But it only cost him one victory last year. It just was the biggest victory of the year. He went for it backed up on his own 35 last year on 4th and 8, and the Ohio State made a stop. Got instant pressure, and that was the turning point of that game. Ohio State gets the stop, goes down and scores to go up 28-21, and they never could rally from there to ever see the lead again. So, Ole Miss up 14-0. Scored before halftime. They actually led Ohio State 21-7 at halftime, but the Ohio State first play of the second half scores a touchdown, makes it a 21-14 game. And then they go back and forth, but Ohio State has 2 stops in the third quarter, reminiscent of last night, Florida State, Alabama, and game was over. Has anyone seen Ole Miss yet? Is he in the stadium? Is that guy in the locker room? What are they doing? Like, what is this guy doing? Did he get lost? I mean, good googly moogly. This dude's on his own, he's on some West Coast time. I'm not going to say, my last name is Vasquez. He's on that kind of clock right now. He's on some Hawaiian time. We're going to kick off at 7 o'clock. Well, 7-ish, whenever I get on. I mean, we got a crowd right now, a paid crowd in audience. They're anticipating they're going to be watching a football game, and instead they've got to listen to me on this pregame show talk for 25 minutes about nothing. Yeah, dude, I just got the message. He's ready to start. Yes, man, we're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, good googly moogly. Good luck to the competitors. You see what I got on. Hey, do I root for Oregon? Big Ten competition. Got the Ole Miss on. Not going to say that that's, bad luck. We wouldn't wish no ill on anyone. All right, here we go. We're searching. We're going to be kicking this game off soon, it looks like. Let me get this off. Let's get this rolling. Don't need that anymore. Pre-game music. You all got to go. See what we got here. Looks like the Ducks obviously in the home greens. Ducks taking the field. Here comes the Ole Miss Rebels iced out wearing their all white uniforms. It's funny, they made Oregon wait for them. Come in, make this appearance. They walk out onto the field like they own it. That's that attitude, that swag that this program brings to the table. They said that's why they were in a national championship game last year. They're setting the tone right now, letting everyone know that you have to wait on us. Looks like Oregon is going to have first possession of the game. Ole Miss lined up to kick off, kicks the ball deep, going to be about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Oregon's going to take it out. Looks like that's McClellan taking it out of the end zone. The Ducks going to take over 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Very dynamic offense that Oregon runs. If he ever decides he's going to run the ball as well, makes it even that much harder to defend. But why run the ball when you can throw the ball as most prolifically as he can? First play of the game, going to be a run with James, a seasoned veteran, right up the middle, 6 yards. I don't know if he watched any game tape, saw that national championship, and decided that he can attack this Ole Miss defense, running it right down our throat. They couldn't stop a nosebleed last year. Maybe that's part of the game plan. We'll see. That was just first play of the game. Maybe it just sets the tone, lets them know that, hey, I can still run the ball as well. First pass of the year is incomplete. Big hit. Big hit there from the guy in the secondary. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Missed a receiver. Threw the ball late across the middle. It's going to be intercepted. Let's see if Ole Miss can take advantage of the early turnover. Rebels come out running the ball on 1st down. They're very good at that on their first series, trying to establish the running game. That's Rashad Amos. Going to be another dive to the left for 8 yards inside zone. This has been kind of a theme of Ole Miss over the past season. They like to run the ball at the beginning of the game. Don't know if that's going to be a recurring theme, though, with this less talented team, if they're going to focus more on the running game. Going to get motion and a jet pass. Get stopped up there. Going to be 3rd and inches. Ball's going to be wide left there. He loves to run the ball up the middle on them 4th and inches situations. Picks up the 4 yards, enough for a 1st down. Keeps the drive moving. My past experience, you get in this. He likes to run those stem routes down here by the goal line. We'll see if he goes back to what has been his bread and butter. Runs a corner route, going to get a touchdown. Left side. Ole Miss is on the board first. McClellan going to take the ball out 2 yards deep in the end zone. Spins, gets out to about the 17. Ball's a little bit long there. Had a receiver open, overthrew it. That's kind of the jitters, taking over a new team, learning their nuances and what their strengths are early in the year. Ball severely overthrown. That ball's 5 yards over that receiver's head. Looks like we're going to get a dive left. Picks up 6 on the play. This Ole Miss defense right now is playing very, very well. Dialed in. Guys are flying all over the field. Being a problem right now. They're a big problem for this Oregon offense. Thought that this is going to be the strength of this team, is going to be their defense this year. Right now, they're playing up to par. Get a motion. Going to get pressure. Going to get pressure. Sack. Just talked about it. That defense has come to play. It's going to be a 4th and long situation, 4th and 16. That guy just breaks a double team, runs right between both players, and makes a play in the backfield, sacks the quarterback. That was Cam Franklin, redshirt freshman. Oh, wow. Get a comeback route over here to the left. Tobias Merriweather with a big catch. Oregon's able to move the chains, pick up the first down. Ole Miss in their 3-man front. James out here in the flat, going to make a guy miss. Spin move. Picks up the first down. First down, Ducks. You see the stats right now. Howard's 2 of 3 passing. Crowd looks magnificent. Looking in that stands, you got red and blue and green and gold. So what happens, you play in Allegiant Field, you're playing in a neutral site. Both teams are able to really do whatever they want as far as play calling, making adjustments. Don't have to worry about that crowd noise directly affecting your ability with a bunch of squiggly lines. Should be pretty easy for both teams to do as they like. Comeback route over to the left. It's going to be overthrown. Nico right now is off. Had several receivers running free in the secondary. That's the issue. You play these big games, like I said early, playing these big games early in the year, and you don't know all your X factors. You don't know what these guys are going to do in these big time moments right now, and the Oregon quarterback is struggling a little bit. Ole Miss is taking advantage of it with a short field, was able to score, but now this is Oregon's second drive, moving the ball methodically down the field, going to run their inside zone, going to be second and go at the 8. Jordan James, see if he takes on the burden. He's one of the best players returning on this Oregon Duck team. Might have to ride him until they can figure out what's going on with the quarterback and his role. Nico going to run the ball. It was an RPO. Looks like that was taken away. The guy was just standing there in the flats like, please throw me the ball. I'm going to intercept it. They had that locked in. Going to be third and go. 9 seconds to go, so the clock could run out. I mean, he might rush it and try to get a play here before the end of the quarter. Might just say, you know what, we're going to swallow this and let our guys regroup and go into the second quarter. Yep, that's exactly what they've done. At the end of 1, the Ole Miss Rebels 7, the Oregon Ducks 0. Not much of a shocker. Not much of a shocker. Ole Miss is number 6 in the country. Oregon is number 8. We've got a ball game, though. I mean, this is just early in the action. We're going to start the second quarter. Oregon's on the 8-yard line driving. Going to catch the ball over the middle. It's going to be a touchdown. Oregon Ducks, number 17. Let's check the roster. I'm not quite sure who that is. 17. Is that a tight end? Yeah, that's going to be Kyler Casper, junior redshirt with the touchdown. Nico throws his first touchdown of the year at the helm of the Ducks. Probably the first of many for sure. But unfortunately, his threw an interception before he got a touchdown. But hey, at the end of the day, right now it's 7-7. Now Oregon's coming on the field. Let's see what this high-powered Ole Miss offense can do. Second possession, they're going to run the ball to the left side. Pick up 4. Exciting offense to watch. I love sitting back. And watching this offense. I've probably watched game film on this Oregon team 3 or 4 times, and it is always something new wrinkles that you're seeing from this offense. Regardless if it's the RPO game, if it's him right now running these inside zones, running his mesh concept. He's going back into that deuce close bag of tricks. He loves to run mesh out of here in an RPO set, but he also runs that bench swap. Tough play to defend. This is the RPO. Touchdown, Ole Miss. You don't bring heat and bring pressure on that, it's going to be a hard time at it because there's not a lot of time to read. You can either throw the post or throw the ball flat. That's your 2 reads on that. You can heat them up. But that guy, there was no pressure, and he had time to let that play develop and run all the way across. I'm a little bit perplexed that he held the ball that long and throw the ball to the left hash, because usually if you pull it, you got to throw the ball. So add that little wrinkle there on that RPO. Right now, Ole Miss is up 14-7, but the Ducks are now going to take over. This is their 3rd possession. That play has been run twice now. That one was boxed. I mean, that one right there had no chance. This is a little bit of plays that we haven't seen from this team, so I don't know what's going on. This new wrinkles in this Oregon playbook, and right now they're not as effective as some of the other stuff we've seen. Oh, wow. Tight end makes a hell of a grab. Hell of a grab right there. That Ole Miss makes a play on the ball, just misses fingertips, missed that one. Woo, ball was thrown just a little bit late. Makes a play, though. That tight end's now made 2 big plays in this game. But, I say that kid from Ole Miss also made a big play earlier in the game. Got to be feeling good about his defense right now. This Ole Miss defense is flying around all over the place. Got Oregon a little bit out of sorts, running some stuff they don't normally run, but it's what you got to do. When you play in these big games, you got to find a way. Had a seam running wide open down the middle. Takes the check down. That's fine. Pick up 3 yards. Keep the chains moving. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Progressing down the field. But, yeah, that seam down the right side. Misses that, but that's fine. Come back. We got some adjustments here. 3rd and 2. 3-man front. We got a guy just pinned his ears back coming. Not going to get there. James is going to pick up the first down. Actually, probably picks up back 8 yards. Nice run. Off tackle to the right-hand side. Keeping Ole Miss on their toes. A little bit off balance. But at the end of the day, Ole Miss's attitude looks like it's just been, we're going to bring pressure. We're going to make you make quick decisions. James, taking out them knees, wearing him down. James, though, with 5 carries for 34 yards. Long run right now of 11. The Ducks now are inside the red zone at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Going to get an off tackle over here to the right. James going to follow a lead blocker, get in the end zone. Get in the zone. Cuts the lead to 14-13 here at Allegiant Stadium. You see the Duck in the background, happy, clapping. I don't know. Is it me after the patch? Did the kicking meter get a little bit smaller, or am I just going blind to my old age? I don't know. I played a game earlier today, and I didn't like the way the kicking meter was proportioned on the screen. I like this right here, but maybe some people had some complaints about it and said, you know what, we're going to shrink it. But God dog, I'm having a hard time seeing a kicking meter. Uh-oh. 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 Kick the ball down the middle, and this is what you get. Right to the house. Ole Miss touchdown. Y'all ever watch my tape? You see me, I kick the ball to the left or kick to the right. Always. Don't give that up. Never kick the ball down the middle. You see the results. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Let's go. 21-14, Ole Miss. This guy will take the ball out 9 yards deep. He can go left, he can go right, he can go up the middle. Put the ball on one side, you know the only place he can go. And all your guys run down there to that one angle. He must be watching my film. He kicked the ball to the side. 1st and 10 Ducks from the 10-yard line. That's all right. He just says, I've got go 90 yards to score a touchdown. We're good. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Minute 58 to go. Oregon starting backed up. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. They've seen some film. They've watched Ole Miss play. I don't know if they're confident that they can stop the run. So they've mixed in a lot more run than we anticipated. Big drive here for the Oregon Ducks, though. Remember, Ole Miss is going to get the ball to start the second half. So this is a huge, huge drive. Going to be 3rd and 5. Don't know if he's super confident in this quarterback play right now. Going to throw a hitch it up there. Number 15, DeAndre Jackson with the reception. That's a true freshman. True freshman receiver for the Ducks. Only a 68 overall. It's a surprise that he hung on the ball. He has 59 catching, so that's a shock. I don't know if he'd be in the mix right now. Tight end again with the catch. Don't have to rush. You get plenty of time. 2nd and 3. Just don't want to spend a whole lot of time looking at your next play. But, yeah, you can get in and out the huddle. 54 seconds. Clock is running. Tick, tick, tick. Takes the check down. Picks up the 1st down. Clock's going to stop on the movement of the chains. Get the next play in. Get back up to the line. Don't necessarily have to go hurry up. I mean, hardly any time comes off the clock there after that chains moved. We're going to get probably a roughing the passer call, unless it's a hold. Not quite sure. Holding on offense. Going to be back the Ducks up. Makes a nice pass out here to the flats. Going to get backed up, though. Well, we saw receivers getting bumped all over the place, unmercifully. I mean, that dude booty bumped. 42 is just out there mugging people right now. That guy wearing the red hoodie is out there physically mugging people. Ducks going to flip the play. 31 seconds ago. This is a 2nd and 20 situation. Not a whole lot of time here in the first half. Come back route over to the left. Big, nice plays. Going to make it a 3rd and 2, though. Wasn't able to convert, but makes this a little bit more manageable. As opposed to a 3rd and 20. Makes a nice 18-yard completion. Moves the ball up the sideline. I think I got to be looking at least trying to get a field goal here before the half. Get a wheel route out here. Makes a nice catch. That's James again. Clock's down to 20 seconds. Timeout. Timeout Ducks. They've got 1 left in their pocket. Gonna have to get on their horse. Gonna have to get on their horse here. 15 seconds to go. Don't need to rush too much, though. Don't want to throw a late pick here.
Oh my God, he got bumped. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me.
Gets a sack to end the half. Halftime, Ole Miss 21, Oregon 14. Ole Miss going to get the ball to start the second half, folks. That's why that was such an important drive there before halftime. Very important drive. Come away with no points. Throws a late pick. Now he's going to have to lean on some defense. Going to have to lean on some defense. Ole Miss right now, though. Great play. Oregon with the pass out here to the flats. Picks up a gain of 4. Get a trips look over here to the left. Running back offset. Going to run his inside zone. Gets smacked. Absolutely gets smacked. Going to come back. No huddle. Love to see that. That's what he does. 3rd and 2. Going to get a cheap penalty as a guy just tries to get lined up. I don't know what else the guy can do. Is they're running no huddle and he's just trying to get on the ball. Cheap conversion. Ducks do get some pressure coming off the edge. Mateo with a sack. Quick pass to their favorite target, Antoine Wells. Brings up 3rd and 14. Wow, deep ball down the side. Jump ball situation. Doesn't convert. Oregon thought they probably could have had an interception. Ole Miss probably thinking they had a user catch. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground, though. Ole Miss punts the ball. Oregon's going to take over 1st and 10 at the 33.
Whoa. What the hell?
So at 42, the guy with the red sweatshirt, that is actually a free safety of 88 speed. Freshman red shirt, Quentin Walker. He's making plays all over the damn field. I know that because you can't miss that bright red sweatshirt. He's just mugging people. Oregon with another run play, going to bring up a 3rd and short, actually 3rd and 2. James couldn't hit the hole. He had a lineman right in his way, boxing him up. It's the best defender he had. Opponents experiencing network problems again. Oregon going to cut it up. They're going to get, I don't know why that guy went and double teamed. They double teamed a block there. If that guy actually goes and blocks the safety, he might still be running for a touchdown. Going to try to run the ball to the left, loses 3 yards. I don't think, with this defense, what Ohio State attacked him was straight downhill, not pulling people because this defense is too fast, but they can get smashed in the mouth. James out of the backfield. Oh, wow. Oh, did he step out? He tiptoed the sideline. Looks like he was able to keep his balance, keep himself in bounds. Oregon with the 1st down. Runs that forward block. We got guys diving all over the place. Wow. There are guys right now on this field that look like they're being shot from snipers. I mean, they're diving all over the place. Falling down right and left. Ducks have 1st and goal at the 7. Clock is winding down in the 3rd quarter. He just basically took a guy out of the gap and ran him to the right side. $14 seconds remaining. If you're at home right now, you can either put your 4s up or put them down. It doesn't matter. Start of the 4th quarter. Ole Miss with 21 points. The Oregon Ducks, 14. 3rd and goal at the 6. Last night we watched Alabama down here in the red zone before the half with a costly turnover. Trying to run a motion. Ball snapped prematurely and guy gets hit in the hip. We're going to get movement up front. Pushes the Ducks back another 5 additional yards. Penalties so far this game have been one-sided. I mean, I will say that with a holding call, a defensive offside on a guy just trying to get lined up, and now that false start. Intercepted in the end zone. This Ole Miss defense with another stop down in the red zone. Just comes the issue, man. When you're backed up, you take a penalty on, not take a penalty, get a false start, and now you go for everything on a third and backed up 3rd and 11. It's one of them situations. Sometimes it takes 2 plays to score a touchdown. There's not as much room to kind of fool some people.
No way, man.
First off, I'll tell you that penalty should not be enforced ever. That's illegal contact. The guy's behind the line of scrimmage. There is no pass interference. There's no illegal contact. The ball's thrown on backwards.
My guy's not even playing the ball. Whatever, man. What the fuck?
Oregon rally into the ball, gets us. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. Pressure again from the Ducks coming off the edge. I mean, he just rallies around the end there, the tackle. 2 guys heating up the quarterback. Coach likes to go to mesh here. He also runs that mesh with running back runs a wheel. Tight end runs a wheel. We'll see what he goes to. Nope, going to keep some guys in.
What?
You're probably going to see 3-4 straight runs here and kick a field goal. I mean, it's at this point, he's realized, I mean, buddy, he's used up all his luck. Not going to put the ball in the air again, run the ball 3 times, kick a field goal, go up 10, and house this game. Right now, that's going to be the objective of Ole Miss. Kind of surprised that.
Oh my God! He's just throwing shit!
Risky pass thrown out there to the flats. There's that inside zone again. Methodical. It's
Follow the fucking ball!
another big hit. Stop and a timeout. Ducks have 1 remaining. Timeout Ducks. Ole Miss with the field goal, go up 10. Should be an insurmountable lead now, 24-14 with 43 seconds to go. Big drive by Ole Miss, though, to kind of shut the door, slam the door shut, basically.
My fucking team was lost. I get a fucking touchdown, but whatever. Fucking shit game, man. Fighting for my fucking life.
Oregon with a big play down the field. So it's not over till it's over. DeAndre Jackson with a big time catch, big play. But time is not on their side. 28 seconds remaining.
Fucking Nico, man. Come on, Nico!
Nico with another inaccurate ball. Maybe it wasn't so much Tennessee's coach as that quarterback. Nico's thrown some passes off balance that have just sailed. Thrown 2 interceptions. Third and go, throws the ball away. Feeling some pressure. Coming off that left side. Touchdown Ducks, sliding grab in the end zone by James. See, Yamaleva's thrown for 300 yards this game. But too little, too late, too many turnovers. Ole Miss going to escape. Ole Miss going to escape. Ole Miss going to secure that. Oregon's out of timeouts, going to take a knee. This game's going to be over. Great game again, but like many of these contests, it comes down to the turnover margin. Who can avoid the critical turnovers? And you see that's what happened here in this game, this matchup. Great game, though. Great game.
Fuck him.
We sat there and watched an offense in Ole Miss that was multifaceted, was able to run the ball, pass the ball, play good defense, make some key stops in the red zone, which they did several times over and over again. First half made a stop, makes a stop there in the at the end of the game, does everything they've got to do to win the game and avoid those costly turnovers. And they came out on top. Should be the favorite in the SEC this year. Have a pretty relaxed schedule. So yeah, I mean they should roll through the SEC play. Oregon, on the other hand, one loss doesn't eliminate them from the playoffs. They've got to get back in the lab and work on some things, obviously. But they're still probably the favorite to win the Big Ten this year. Got to figure out what they're doing with this quarterback, though. He was off platform a couple of times and threw some bad balls. So we'll have to see how they progress and what decisions they make. Also got to work on some personnel matchups. I mean, I know they got speed on the field, but man, I don't know about playing a 66 overall receiver sometimes, even if he runs 95 speed. Overall still matter. So gonna have to work on some personnel. Be interesting to see how that dynamic changes, but hats off to Ole Miss. I mean, all they do is win football games. They win another one. Best of luck to both teams throughout the rest of the season. But yeah, that's a great way to end. Great way to end week one. Now we're going to have another game kicking off. We're going to advance this and get into week two. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. FAIRDALE Kings, and I'm out.